Riven Publishing 2025. Written and created by Dave E. Frank, all rights reserved.
From the book, Stories and Stogies, Lies, and the Occasional Half-Truths from Old Red.
Chapter 3. Sweet Desert Lies. Fat Bottom Betty, Nicaragua. Paired with wild turkey, 101 on a motel porch off Route 66. The neon sign buzzes above Old Red's head, like a broken promise. It used to read vacancy, but now just reads VANCY, flickering like a nervous twitch. The air smells like truck exhaust and stale pie. There's a thunderhead out west that hopefully won't make it to where he is. Red's sitting in a plastic chair outside room 6 of a desert motel. Every door is a different color. He's got a fat bottom Betty between his teeth. Sweet, nutty, spicy as sin. He hasn't eaten since yesterday, but the cigars got enough flavor to skip dinner. Red takes a sip of wild turkey, 101 from a warm flask, and closes his eyes, like the taste reminded him of better days.
You ever lie to protect someone? Not from the truth, but from who they might become with it.
He draws on the cigar. The cherry glows like a little red eye in the dark.
Her name was Charlene. I called her Charlie. Red hair, tall boots, voice like she knew the punchline and wasn't about to share it. We met right here at this motel over a decade ago. She was working the front desk. I was trying to figure out how to disappear again.
Old Red leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees.
She chirped, "What you running from?" half laughing. I told her the tax man and an ex-wife with a shotgun. Charlie didn't flinch, just handed me a quarter and said, "Better call someone who cares."
He chuckles to himself, low and slow.
We spent the next 4 days pretending we didn't need to know each other's real names. Stayed in her room at the motel, ate chili out of a can, slow danced to a beat-up CD player. Only CDs she owned were by Patsy Cline and Old Willie.
Red taps the ash off the cigar. It drifts down into a flower bed, minus the flowers.
Thing is, Charlie was wanted because of a man she shot in Amarillo. Claimed it was self-defense. The law didn't buy it. Don't think I did either. Didn't care.
Another sip of wild turkey from the flask. This one sits heavier.
We talked about running together, Mexico, a trailer on a beach. I even had the names picked out for the passports. Mine, Victor, hers, Rose.
Red looks down at the Betty, watches the smoke curl sideways.
But one night while I was asleep, Charlie left, took my beat-up car, my coat with my favorite cigars in the pocket, left me a note that said, "Red, I love the way you are. Don't stop being you. Charlie."
He smiles again, but it doesn't reach his eyes.
I didn't chase her, didn't report the car, just sat on this motel porch 10 years ago to the day, lit my last cigar, and thought about how soft she looked in the neon light.
Old Red flicks the last ash, drains the flask.
Yeah, I lied to her. About everything. We both lied. Told her I was broke. She told me she was an heiress. I told her I never killed anyone. The usual things people lie about.
He exhales smoke while cracking himself up.
But here's the odd part. When Charlie left, I realized I wasn't lying for my sake. I was lying for hers, so she could believe I was the kind of man she wished she could love.
Red stares out past the road into the evening sky. Lights a second Betty, slow and deliberate.
I'll say this much. She almost had me believing. Never mind. One thing's for sure. I'll never forget Carly, Carrie, Charlie, for as long as I live.
Cigar Notes, Fat Bottom Betty, by Deadwood Tobacco Company. Bold sweetness, coffee, cocoa. Best smoked after lying to protect someone you care about.